Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you had a great weekend and welcome to your daily Bitcoin update. All right, important update because in general, I believe we will see a very big moves very soon in the next 2 days. I expect a lot of volatility. If you look at Bitcoin right now, look, there's major liquidity levels at 70,000. There's major liquidity levels around 69,000. So that's around the price here. So that means that we can have some movement like this, and you should be prepared for that, all right? So that we grab the liquidity to the upside and then to the downside. But then apart from that, later on this week, we also have some major news, which could already have an effect today or tomorrow. So then I'm obviously talking about the CPI, inflation rate, and the Federal Reserve press conference and interest rate decision. So a lot going on, and then we haven't even talked about the move we had last Friday, right? I mean, since last Friday, we had a big drop down here. So now the question is also, is that, all right, well, from a level like this, what you want to see is a very quick recovery, all right? And we already talked about that yesterday. You want to see a reaction like this. So a dump and a quick recovery, like a V-shaped. And right now it's more like an L, literally and in figure of speech. So yeah, that's not necessarily the end of the world that we haven't seen that reaction yet. But if we don't see that reaction over the course of the next 2 days, then this move is very bearish, and that in combination with the fact that it's also a very strong resistance level. And arguably the top of a range we've been in for quite some time here, for the last almost 3 months, basically. That makes me believe that there's a real possibility that if we don't get that recovery, then this is just the top, and we'll actually see some bearish moves in the next couple of weeks. So now the main problem is, and the main question is all right, well, which one of those is true? So are we getting some sort of a delayed reaction so that we will recover in the next 2 days and that we can actually get some new all-time highs soon? Or is it the truth that this is just the top of the consolidation? We had a big dump, there's no recovery, we've lost a lot of momentum, so it's most likely we're going to drop down. And in all honesty, we don't know, all right? We have to see where this goes. Because the situation right now is that both of these scenarios are still possible, but you can also see that the volume right now is at like $15.5 billion. We need to see that volume kick in. And then apart from that, because, I mean, in general, we also need more momentum in one way. Like right now, this morning, we're gaining some momentum, at least in the last hour. Before that, we actually lost some momentum. So we're gaining some momentum, but there's no significant confirmation yet. If you really zoom in, what you can see is that right now for Bitcoin, you still, I would say, and we talked about this yesterday as well, I would say this is kind of the range which we are in, all right? So that's between 69,800, which, as we talked about, there's also a lot of liquidity there. So we would need to really break above that, really get a 4-hour candle close above that. It's also the 382 fib of this move down, so a significant resistance. And then the level that's been holding us up is around 69,000, where, again, there's quite a lot of liquidity. So we would need to see a real bearish breakout below that as well. And if that happens, in combination with more volume and more momentum, then we have some sort of confirmation. And what I always think you need to assume is the worst, all right? So I think it's a little bit more likely, because of the fact that there's no momentum right now. The spot CVD has been absolutely horrendous, so a lot of spot has been sold off in Bitcoin. And the technicals, I think it's more likely, and I think you should be more prepared for a bearish breakout. All right, so a breakout below 69,000 and a continuation down to 68 on the short term. That's what I think is most likely, or at least that's what I think you need to prepare most for. I would not be surprised if we get a bullish breakout. If that happens, I'll be back with another update this afternoon, and I will say completely the opposite, because that is the situation right now. You need to be able to shift very quickly and adequately. So I'll keep you updated on that. For now, this is what you need to know. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, have a great day. Take care and bye.